ever wondered if your donations to food banks actually make a difference? We're about to offer you proof as you get ready to donate to WRBL's Kids Summer Cupboard today. We have a very special person we want you to keep in mind as you remember every donation counts. Greg Loyd joining us live from Feeding the Valley Food Bank with so much more.
She is a very special person, and to say that Feeding the Valley turned her life around would be a tremendous understatement.
If you look at me today, you would not know that I used to be a meth addict and that I was in and out of jails and had a lot of other issues.
6 years ago, Margelina Remington's future looked bleak. She had little hope of ever conquering her past. Now one would never guess this lady, so together, so in charge, ever had a bump in her road. She's now a warehouse coordinator at Feeding the Valley.
And there's nothing like that feeling when you get paid not only monetary but spiritually.
The spiritual journey is how she started here at Feeding the Valley. As a resident of a drug treatment center program, she began volunteering here in August 2010.
I spent 14 months there and I couldn't find a job, so I came out to Feeding the Valley to start to volunteer. I would walk every day from the bus stop up here, which is about a mile walk, and I would volunteer all day long, and at the time there was no job. And we have everything back here you could think of.
Then, one day, the good-hearted folks at Feeding the Valley gave her a chance she never imagined.
So they took me into the office and they said, we don't care what you did, we want to know what you're going to do with your future. So I started out working in the cooler.
And with that, as they say, the rest is history. Margelina's been here ever since. Feeding the Valley not only fed her physically in her time of trouble, but fed her will to stay on the straight and narrow. It also helped her discover her true career calling, which involves Feeding the Valley.
I'm attending Troy for my bachelor's in business because my goal is to be executive director or maybe even president. All right. So more or less, I'm just counting the G-naps.
Margelina met her husband here. She's gone from a rocky relationship with her children to being there recently when her first grandchild was born. Above all, Margelina wants to share her story to inspire others who find themselves going through hard times.
You know, I believe that everybody is a lighthouse. We've all been through troubled waters, and now we stand up on the bay and we have a choice whether to keep the light dim or to shine the light.
Margelina Remington, a lighthouse proud to share her story of redemption and hope as she dedicates the rest of her life to helping others become an overcomer. And we are back here live now at Feeding the Valley, and we are joined by the lady herself, Margelina Remington. And first of all, thank you for getting up so early to join us, Margelina.
Good morning, thank you.
Well, I know that you went through a lot of hard times to get to where you are today, and what advice would you give other people who are struggling out there?
Not to give up, that I was homeless in 2010, and if you keep going and have faith in God, anything can change.
And when you think about it, 2010 wasn't that long ago. You've made tremendous progress.
Yes, and officially August 1st I will be food sourcing manager, and I started out volunteering here in September 2010. So it's all changed.
What is the most rewarding part of your job?
When we get the opportunity to help someone and to truly know that you're helping someone, someone like me, because I used to be that person, and when I get to help somebody that was like me and be able to encourage them and tell them that life can change, it's an amazing testimony.
It is an amazing testimony, and you are an amazing success story. Margelina, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, and we want to thank all of you out there who have already contributed to the WRBL Kids Summer Cupboard. So far, we're having our third drive today from 11:30 to 6:30 at the Publix on Macon Road, and we hope to see you there. Now live in Columbus, Greg Loyd, WRBL News 3.
Wonderful story there. Thank you so much. And as Greg said, the WRBL Summer Cupboard today runs from 11:30 until 6:30 tonight at the Publix on Macon Road. All of your donations collected today go directly to Feeding the Valley. And here are some of those basic common items needed by the Valley. Today's drive is sponsored by attorney Ken Nugent and Publix. News 3's Bob Jeswald. He will be broadcasting live throughout the whole day there. And we want to invite you to come out and donate. And if you have already donated, we thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.